So I was listening to a podcast this week from a pastor that I really, really respect. But he had somebody on talking about how to navigate leadership through this pandemic. He said that we need to settle into the new normal, that we may never return to what we had before. We may not even return to 85% of what we had before. And I 100% completely disagree with that. So this is what I believe. I believe that we're going to see an entire generation of people begin to seek Jesus, that churches are going to be overflowing, that theaters are going to be filled to capacity. I believe that stadiums are going to be packed out with people hungry and starving for the truth of God. I believe that the new normal is revival. I have heard about churches who are afraid to open their doors, they're canceling services for the foreseeable future, and fear is dominating their lives and destroying their ministries. 2 Timothy 1:7 says God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of discipline. We are being bombarded by the government and by the news media with more fear than we need, more fear than we can handle. People have enough fear. What people need is hope, and that hope is Jesus Christ. Pastors, leaders, we need to be sharing that hope and not hiding in fear from an invisible enemy. Our job is not to look at the world and react to fear by spreading more fear. We need to be encouraging people's faith and pointing them to Jesus. Hebrews 11:1, faith is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance in what we do not see. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Our God is greater than the virus. He's bigger than fear. We sing about these things all the time. Now it's time that we live them. Faith without action is not faith at all. It's nothing if we don't do something about it. Just yesterday, the church was declared essential by the President of the United States. It's essential. The government is not going to shut you down. They can't shut you down, and they won't shut you down. In this country, the law is on your side. And even if it wasn't, Paul and the early church and the disciples, do you think that they spent so much time in prison and being persecuted because they followed the law every time? No. The truth is more important. The gospel is more important. Jesus and sharing who Jesus is, that is the most important thing that we need to be doing right now. And please do not tell me that online services are enough, that social media is enough. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, even the internet itself, it's censored, can be censored, and it can go away in an instant. All of it can disappear. But you can have church services, you can gather to worship. No one can stop you from doing that right now. And have these services without restrictions. If people want to shake hands, if they want to hug, if they want to stand together and worship together and sing together, let them do that. And if they're too afraid to do that and they want to stay home and watch online, then you need to be encouraging them and building their faith until they can come back to worship with everyone together. Because until we start spreading hope, fear is going to spread faster than any virus ever could. Hebrews 10:23-25 says this, so let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how to stimulate one another to love and good deeds, not forsaking our own assembling together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near, that day of Jesus Christ. Christ is coming back. He's coming back for his church someday, and we need to be ready. But if we're hiding with fear and staying in our homes and not having services and not having church and not worshiping together and not spreading the gospel, we are not doing our job. We have a calling on our lives. We have a mandate. Jesus told us to do this. We are to be a city on a hill, a light to this world. Do not hide that light. Do not stay inside afraid to worship together. Come out, worship, have faith, trust Jesus. There's work to do, church. Speak life, spread hope, point people to Jesus. It's time to open your doors.